Hey, Scruffy. You're still limping, huh? So, this is actually the closest you've let me see you. Let me see if I can get a good look at your leg. So, I can't tell, usually, if there's anything wrong. So, he's still hobbling, but I don't think it's not as bad as the worst hobble or limping I saw him do a few days ago. So I have, let's see, yeah, special treats again. So I got your smelly fish, and I have rotisserie chicken scraps, and double dose of kibble. So yeah, I'm still overfeeding Scruffy because I'm worried he can't catch any food now. And he has a little less food than last night, and a lot less food than the night before. Okay, let me get the food on the table and get the glove. So I saw Scruffy lined up at the door. Kind of early. So he's expecting me. Oh, that's a vigorous pet. I think that's a little more vigorous than he's been the past few days. Oh, wow, he's turning too. So maybe his leg's starting to heal a little bit. Still limping, so it's definitely not good still, but he seems to be more willing to move. So maybe that's a good sign. So I guess I'll keep watching Scruffy. As I said, I've been on the fence about whether I should try to contact an animal rescue group or if I should just continue trying to take care of Scruffy myself. If I contact an animal rescue group and actually reach one, I'm thinking that probably is the time I need to give up Scruffy, because we're going to have to go to the effort of trapping Scruffy and caging him, moving him to a location he doesn't know, and if we're going to do all of that, plus he may have to recover from his leg injury and whatever treatment they give him, that would probably be the best time to rehome him. But it's also going to be probably fairly traumatic for Scruffy, especially as a feral outdoor cat. It's probably not going to be used to being caged up, and people are trying to get him to live indoors. So I'm on the fence about what the best course of action is for Scruffy. And then, of course, there are my feelings, so I'm probably going to be sad to see Scruffy go. But on the other hand, if his injury is serious, I need to make sure he gets proper treatment and proper care. So the problem is I don't know how serious his injury is. So I'll keep watching it. So right now he seems a little better than the previous days, so maybe he's recovering. But I'll keep watching. So let's see, what else has been going on? Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about, so yesterday when I got home from Costco and I was unloading the car with all the groceries, I saw the Siamese cat again. So he was spying on me, this time from my garden in the front. So he wasn't in the driveway, but he was off in the bushes, and he was staring at me. And then finally he moved. So yeah, he knew I saw him at a certain point, and then I was going in and out of the house, taking in the groceries, and eventually he disappeared. I don't know where he went off to, but he may have just got deeper into hiding, or he got bored. And then let's see, the other night I saw the friendly cat again. He was out in the middle of a field somewhere, probably hunting squirrel. So I didn't get to pet him. And I saw the porch cat. He was near the porch that it's normally at, but this time there was like a rock in the garden, and he was perched on top of the rock, almost like a statue. So I haven't seen the porch cat do that before. So let's see. Oh yeah, so yesterday I went for my late night bike ride, kind of test ride. So as I mentioned, I had to get a new tire because the tire I had ripped. It split open. Inner tube was intact, so the inner tube was actually trying to push or bulge through. It bulged through the ripped outer tire. So I've never seen that happen before. Never heard of that happening before. In theory, I knew it could happen, but I always kind of assumed that if there was enough pressure to rip the tire, it would probably burst the inner tube. But the inner tube was intact. So you don't usually think the inner tube is going to be stronger than the tire. So anyway, I went shopping on Amazon to find a replacement, and it arrived early. So it arrived yesterday, so I replaced the tire, but I wanted to give it a test ride. I wasn't planning on going out yesterday, but figured, well, I kind of want to test the tire, and I have a little bit of time after I feed Scruffy. Unfortunately, not a lot, so the sun's setting earlier, and I fed Scruffy not that late. But yeah, the sun's setting so early now that basically I knew my ride would be cut short to some degree. And I got to the park, and I actually got into the first leg of the trails. So there's a long trail for pedestrians and bikes, and I think horses to go in. That's not car entrance, and that gets you into maybe the first third of the park, maybe, and then there's a lot more stuff beyond that. So I got through that first trail, and then as I was about to go deeper into the park, park ranger was driving by with a bullhorn saying the park's closed. So I turned around, had to cut my bike ride short, and I got back at dark, so yeah, I didn't really have much sun. But the tire seemed to work out, so the tire seems solid. It's, I think, a little grippier than my previous one, at least for dirt. The previous one I bought was it's better suited for roads. It's kind of a slick street tire. It has a few grooves in it, so it's in theory suitable for light trails. And so I've been trying to find a good tire that suits my type of riding because I mostly do streets and light trails. And unfortunately, streets and trails are kind of opposites. And so my problem is, yeah, I have to ride through the streets to get to the park, so I don't have a lot of options. So I have to ride on the street, but I don't like riding on the street because that's where the traffic is. So I do like going on the trails. So I need a tire that can do both. So anyway, I bought a slightly more generic tire. It's a little more suited to trails, but it's not deeply grooved, so it's not like a heavy mountain tire. So should be suitable for streets. Not as good as the other one, but of course the other one split open, so I guess it's not a very good tire. I bought it at the beginning of the pandemic lockdowns. I never wrote a review for it. I think maybe I should go on there and write a negative review complaining about the split tire. Okay, I think it's food time. That's Scruffy. We've got a lot of food tonight and a lot of flavor. We got rotisserie chicken gravy and smelly fish gravy. And I actually microwaved the rotisserie chicken a little bit, so it's kind of hot. Well, it's probably warm now. Didn't want to burn Scruffy. And then I mixed in the cold refrigerated smelly fish, so it's actually probably just warm. Maybe a little cold now. It's still liquid. Because, it was kind of gelatinous when I took it out of the fridge. So, let's see. Yeah. Came out at lunch. I think I caught a glimpse of Scruffy this morning, but didn't see that much of him. I think I saw his tail or something. He was sleeping on the other side of the table. But I came out, and I think he was sleeping there still. And I decided I was going to swap the plates. So I was going to bring out his water and change his plate and put kibble on the plate. So I realized that the plate, I hadn't changed it in a while, and it's collected a lot of dirt, soot, and whatever. And when he was eating the kibble yesterday off the plate, I realized his tongue's probably picking up a lot of the dirt. It's probably not that good. So I had to give him a clean plate. And so I think once he saw the kibble, he decided to get up and come right over. So he likes the kibble, I think. So a couple points, he had to use his foot to knock the kibble away from the bowl so he could get his head on it so he could eat it. And he tends to use his left paw for most things. Not grooming, but like for batting things, moving things around, moving the balls in the food. So he's, as far as I know, left pawed. I remember also reading, I think, is it male cats are generally left pawed? So like 80%. But anyway, yeah, so the left paw is the injured one, I believe. So the fact that he was still using it to try to bat the food around, I was thinking it's actually a form of physical therapy, so I should probably shove more kibble under the bowl just so he's forced to exercise that paw a little bit. And then, yeah, he drank a bunch of water. I think after he was done, he kind of just settled. He didn't come too close to me, but he settled not far away from me. And then I think later he actually did get a little closer to me, although not that close. So I was hoping to get a better look at his foot or leg, and I was trying to get a good look at it so I could try to see if there was any noticeable symptoms or signs of problems, swelling or blood or something. I couldn't see anything. So actually, when he came to the door this evening for dinner, it was actually much closer, and probably got a better look at his leg then than earlier today. So, anyway, yeah, so Scruffy was still limping, but didn't seem like it was any worse. So maybe it was even a slight improvement. Hard to say with Scruffy, but as long as it's not worse, I'm going to probably hold off on trying to find an animal rescue group. If it gets worse, then yeah, I'm probably definitely going to start looking for him. Actually, I found the address and phone number of one, which sounds like it might be probably the group that might be able to help me. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't contacted them directly, but just the description online, they seem devoted enough and not gigantic. Like they seem like a small, medium size group, large enough that yeah, they have a fixed location and look like they've been doing this for a while, but not so big that might get lost in the noise. So I'm thinking maybe yeah, they're just the right size to help Scruffy. Yeah, we'll see. And yeah, I'll keep an eye on them too, because yeah, even if Scruffy gets through this, yeah, I still need to, you know, consider someday. I'm probably still gonna have to give up Scruffy, try to find him a forever home. So I talked about a video seen on YouTube where a cat had a serious injury on his leg. I think it was cut open or bleeding or something, and I think it was a feral or stray cat. And came up to some random person. The person was filming, and the cat was trying to get the person's attention and was trying to show him the injured leg to trying to get the person to help him. So yeah, pretty smart cat. So that was my hope is if yeah, Scruffy really needs help, he would do something like that and yeah, just voluntarily walk into the carrier so I can take him somewhere. But yeah, Scruffy is still really skittish because yeah, he's still keeping his distance from me. And he gets defensive when I'm about to stand up. So let's see. Yeah, today I was actually really tired. Got up. I got up actually early, and I felt exhausted. And so I just tried to go back to bed, and I think I got another hour of sleep. Still kind of early, so I have to get up. But yeah, I've just been kind of lethargic all day. And yeah, I felt like I needed a rest day, so I'm not going out to bike or run today. I did try doing a few pull-ups. But I was so tired I didn't even feel like doing those. So I did like one set and said, "Ah, screw it." I think Scruffy has a lot of kibble under the balls still, so yeah, I'm probably overfeeding him. I probably should start reducing some of the food. And play by ear. So as I said, I'm worried that he can't catch food now, so I gotta make sure he's well fed, and I kind of want him fed well enough that he can just kind of fly around and heal. And I red giving like fatty omega fats or something like that. It could be like comfort food. So that's why I was putting in the rotisserie chicken scraps, trying to and give him extra food. Just try to give him some comfort if he's in pain. As I said, I wish he responded to catnip or something, but fortunately he seems to be immune to it. Scruffy's a really unlucky cat. Poor Scruffy. So I was trying to get a bunch of work done today. Got stuff done, but yeah, I'm not sure if I was successful getting what I really needed to get done. Actually, still waiting on a bunch of things too. So I still haven't heard back from the credit card company about my refrigerator repair. Still haven't heard back from. I mentioned like a week ago is there's some other paperwork completely unrelated to all this other stuff, and they're requiring me to prove my identity and all this other nonsense. And so I replied to them, sent them a bunch of other things. I actually called them up. I think I told you it was like the most unhelpful phone rep I've ever dealt with. She was just checked out. It's like, I'm done. I'm done with you. But yeah, so anyway, she told me I had to file a ticket. So I submitted another ticket and still haven't heard back. So I don't know. I think they're just gonna make me suffer. Oh yeah, I need to follow up with that guy. I'm hoping he'll do my taxes. As I mentioned, I met a person online that he's new in the tax industry. He's working on his CPA, and he caught my attention because yeah, he was joining an investment forum I'm a part of, and I'm desperate. Yeah, I guess I'm desperate for a tax person. I'm desperate for a good tax person who actually understands what the hell So I have these weird esoteric things that they're not terribly hard, but they're just really unknown, and so it's really hard to find a good tax person because most people don't want to touch this a 10-foot pole because they're just so esoteric. They don't even want to spend time researching it. So I like the idea of this guy doing my taxes because he invests in the same things I have, so he has the same tax problems I have. So he already knows what I have to go through. Remove the balls. So I actually approached him. He wasn't soliciting any customers or anything. And I proposed the idea is, hey, you interested in moonlighting? I don't actually need a CPA. Just somebody help me, do my taxes. So I'm hoping to get him interested enough to take me on as a client, hopefully at a reasonable price. And I'm also kind of betting that because he's new in the industry, he's not going to charge me an arm and a leg. So yeah, he was busy and said he'll get back to me. So it's been a few weeks. I think I should reach out. So yeah, see if Scruffy's still limping. Okay, folks, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna clean up. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.